Welcome back to RV Capital Talk. We have a couple of guests in the studio. With me and Sherm today is Tom Arnold, who is the chairman of TR Arnold and Associates and also president of TRA Certification International. He's president of that group. And Mandy Leazenby, who is the program manager for TRA certification as well. So welcome to RV Capital Talk. Glad to have you with us today.
Well, thank you very much.
I thought, we should really start before we get into the whole green thing, because you do TRA certifications does green certifications for RVs and for RV manufacturers. Give us a little overview and history, kind of how did this all come about? I know you're a long-time industry denizen, so to speak, and so tell us where this all started, Tom.
Yeah, well, TR Arnold and Associates was established in 1968.
Okay.
So we've been around about 47 years.
There you go.
And during that period of time, we worked primarily with all forms of factory-built shelter. Manufactured homes, modular homes, recreational vehicles, commercial units. And at that time, there was an awful lot of code and building official attention given to things that are built in a factory and the construction is closed. So I was involved in some committees that spearheaded getting what we call preemptive codes. And in the early 70s, these were adopted by the states, and they would preempt the local building officials so that when a factory-built building came into their state and our label was on it, it preempted them from tearing the walls open to see if the insulation was in there or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because we were responsible.
Sure.
Well, moving forward, in 1992 we established TRA certification, which is an independent, internationally accredited third-party organization doing ISO 9000 quality management system, environmental management system certifications. And what has happened within the last couple of years with the growth of the energy interest and the sustainability of construction, and of course we hear it from Washington all the time, we have to be energy independent. There were some standards established, and of course I'm my history is in watching standards or working on them.
Sure.
And there was a national green building standard that was established, which we became very interested in. About that time we saw a lot of people claiming that their construction was green and letting the public know that, hey, we're green, but nobody knew what that was.
Right, and there was no standardization apparently.
What time frame are we talking now?
We're talking about 2004, 2005. And so the emphasis was growing, and since we were independent third party, accrediting people and certifying people to consensus standards, we were a little put off by the fact that people were coming up with their own checklist and their own claim to being green. And a lot of that came from my background working with ISO, where we were independent accredited third party, using a standard, making sure people met that standard.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we took the National Green Building Standard, and which was, of course, a consensus of many good people in the country, and we used that as a basis of our program. And so it was a cut higher than people coming up with their own checklist. And as a result, we developed a program that we offered to the modular building industry, the manufactured housing industry, and the recreational vehicle industry.
When did you first roll that out?
We rolled that out in about the spring of 2009 and started talking to our clients and asking them what their interest was. And of course what happened was people had different views on the green, but there were people that did embrace it. And when they did, then our workload started to build, and the main interest was in the recreational vehicle industry because that's a little bit more, public oriented,
Gotcha.
and user conscious type thing. And so we we moved into that, and what we do is I should probably leave that for Mandy to talk about, because actually Mandy joined TRA Certification International in the summer of 2009, and at that time she took over the full responsibility for the green program.
Your mission was really to give teeth to all these claims of green construction, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, we were a little bit concerned that some manufacturers, not just in RVs, but in just consumer products in general, are making claims, and there's really no other party backing that up. So I mean, we're talking
sort of
green,
like organic and natural on the grocery shelves. Same sort of, what does that mean kind of thing.
You've got Green Guard and Carpet Label Plus, those, or even Good Housekeeping. So when I go out and look at products, I don't just want to buy the products that say that they're green. I'm looking for that other third-party endorsement. And so we felt that RV consumers were going to feel that that was a pretty important thing for their families, especially.
Now, what is the benefit for obviously there's 2 or 3 different people that could potentially benefit from a green certification, and the manufacturer, and how does the manufacturer benefit from having that certification?
Well, the way we approach it is this: we're very proud of the factory building industries that we serve, and most every manufacturer has a good facility, control their materials well, and do a great job. Right. But they're not getting credit for it.
Okay.
So when we go and do the facility, we look at lots of things, like are the materials under cover? Are they cut to length so there's no scrap? Do they take steps to recycle their copper and their aluminum and things like that? And are they doing things to limit the amount of scrap that goes to the landfill? This kind of stuff has to do with the facility. Right. And once the facility is certified, then we issue them a certificate, an independent certificate, and that certificate can be marketed, it can be put in their web page and tell about their achievement as being capable of producing green. And then the next step is to look at the product itself to make sure that it meets the criteria set forth here. And Mandy has brought a copy of this is the National Green Standard, which we based everything on. Right. And so we have a good consensus there. And we go down that checklist to make sure that the unit meets the various requirements. And it's not just green. I mean, people wonder what green is, but it's resource efficiency, it's indoor environmental quality, indoor air quality, it's operation and maintenance, it's energy efficiency, right? It's water efficiency, and it's innovative practices. Right. Now, for instance, innovative practices. You know that our factory-built unit producers build entire walls and entire floors and assemble these units using overhead cranes and moving devices to put these together. Those are really outstanding innovative practices, and they're above and beyond what you would see a conventional builder at the site doing. And they save labor time, they save damage to materials, right, all those kind of things. So all of those factors play into this, quote, green, unquote, which is really, sustainable and environmental friendly practice.
It's not just what happens after the consumer buys it and starts camping in it, in other words, obviously. So.
Yeah, but with regards to that, the operation and maintenance is part of it.
Sure.
And there's a homeowner's manual required, which every homeowner gets, and it has certain criteria in it.
Mm-hmm.
When we certify the factory and the units, we actually review those to make sure that they have the right message contained in them to go to the user.
All right. Well, we're going to come back in just a minute. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Green RV program, as well as the whole concept and what goes into green manufacturing, as well as usage of green RVs here on RV Capital Talk. So don't go away.
For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to RVNN.TV.